Craniofacial injury, a French soldier with a wounded forehead, before plastic surgery. Photograph, 1915. Theatrice Bailey, attempting to clean Dr. Martin Luther King's blood from the hotel balcony on which he was shot. 1968. Miss Eva Friedel, being presented with the first place trophy in the Washington Tidal Basin Beauty Contest, 1922. Meeting of Hull City anti-slavery campaigners, circa 1928. Escaping the burning stable, the horses jumped onto the ice, not realizing that this meant death. Unable to escape, they remained trapped in the ice. Corporal Maria Shalneva, Nenakova, of the 87th Separate Road Maintenance Battalion. Berlin, 1945. (1892), a family poses in front of a 1,341-year-old sequoia tree, nicknamed Mark Twain, that was felled in 1892 after a team of 2 men spent 13 days sawing it. The giant tree was 331 feet tall, 100 meters, and had a diameter of 16 feet, 4.9 meters. Tornado damage at Omaha, over 3,000 left homeless. The 19th Amendment, which gave women the right to vote, was ratified in 1920. The German battleship Tirpitz under attack by British aircraft, 1944. Noons in the Montparnasse neighborhood, Paris, 1949. American Civil War veterans at Gettysburg National Military Park, 50 years after the battle, 1913. January 30th, 1972, Derry, Northern Ireland. Those arrested after clashes are led to a detention center in the Bogside area. R-5 aircraft with G-61 landing cassettes designed by P.I. Grokowski, 1930s. Funny girl with her brother's Easter, circa 1955. Claudia Cardinale enjoying some downtime in between the screenings and publicity while in Venice for the Biennale, 1967. Father, son, grandfather, and great-grandfather, New Guinea, 1970. (1969) Concert-goers huddle under a sheet of cardboard in the rain at the 3-day era-defining Woodstock Music and Art Fair in Bethel, New York. A man with an unusual hairstyle, 1890s. Harlem Block Party, 1973. French Grand Prix, Lyons, 1924. June 4th, 1989, student protests in Tiananmen Square. A woman at the beach in Iran before the revolution, 1960. Freddie Mercury on stage at the Queen concert in Fort Worth, 1977. British anti-aircraft gunners fire 114mm anti-aircraft guns near Tobruk, 1942. Very rare and little-known photo of North Korean leader Kim Il-sung speaking with Soviet soldiers during the time of the Korean War, 1950s. Shinohara, pseudonym Mohican, fighter artist, Tokyo, Japan, 1961. Sudan warrior, 1920. A robot answering machine. Placed next to a telephone, it picks up the receiver, speaks a message, and records the caller's message. Actress Sigourney Weaver, testing the flamethrower used in the film Alien, 1978. More than 12,000 members of the 82nd Airborne Division march in New York's World War II Victory Parade, January 12, 1946. Photo of Ellison Onizuka, the first Asian-American astronaut taken in 1985, 1 year before he passed during the Challenger disaster in 1986. This car is designed for ice racing. New Hampshire, United States, 1955. Seven-year-old George Clooney with his family, 1968. Irma Gracie was one of the youngest Nazi war criminals executed by the British after World War II. Known as the Hyena of Auschwitz, she served as a guard at Auschwitz concentration camp. Elvis Presley serving in Germany, 1958. Two women in Chicago being arrested for wearing one-piece bathing suits with uncovered legs, 1922. Three 69th Infantry, formerly 15th New York Regulars, returned to New York after the end of the war circa 1919. (1848), very early photo of old London town, the High Street, Lambeth. Woman from the Ouled Nail tribe by Ernst Heinrich Landrock, Algeria, 1910s. Glass negative of the all-female Armagh Girls High School hockey team, 1934. Big hair, 1980s. The Wright Brothers, First Flight, by John T. Daniels. December 17, 1903. Dating tip for women. Parade Magazine, 1938. Martin Gore of Depeche Mode signing autographs while wearing a fetish leather harness. Los Angeles, California, United States. July 1986. Clowns and Santa cheer up a girl in the hospital, 1950. The Acropolis of Athens as it appeared in the 1870s. Mike Tyson plays Mike Tyson's Punch-Out in a fantastic promotional photo, 1987. The harem of one of the rulers in Iraq, 20th century. Typical Texas cotton field at picking time, 1890s. The United States Congress in 1872 made Yellowstone the world's first government-recognized national park. The Annie, the first boat to sail on Yellowstone Lake. Demonstration against the Vietnam War, United States, 1970. Reims, France. After 4 years of shell fire by the Germans during World War I, locals are picking up the pieces to rebuild their home. May 20th, 1919. Babe Ruth gets a good luck kiss from his daughter before Game 3 of the 1927 World Series. Babe Ruth hit a 3-home runner in the game as the Yankees won 8-1. A kiss before the women's football game, 1920. Segregated drinking fountain, 1938. (1961) Freedom Riders. Julia Aaron and David Dennis sit aboard an interstate bus as they and 25 other civil rights activists are escorted by Mississippi National Guardsmen on a trip between Montgomery, Alabama, and Jackson. On April 1, 2001, the Netherlands was the first country to legalize same-sex marriage. At the stroke of midnight, the mayor of Amsterdam married 4 same-sex couples. Six weeks after the Confederate surrender at Appomattox, more than 145,000 victorious Union soldiers march in Washington in the Grand Review of the Armies. Lover's Lane, New Jersey, 1983, Thomas Hopker. The 6th century Buddha of Bamiyan in Afghanistan before the Taliban blasted it into rubble in 2001. Gilda Radner and Carrie Fisher in a Saturday Night Live skit, 1978. January 30th, 1972, Derry, Northern Ireland. Protesters in the Bogside area try to avoid a water cannon. A United Airlines stewardess chats to a passenger in a simulated cabin of a Douglas DC-10, 1968. In 1956, for a bet, while drunk, Thomas Fitzpatrick stole a small plane from New Jersey and then landed it perfectly on a narrow Manhattan street in front of the bar he had been drinking at. Navy personnel dance on the wings of a jet during the June 1991 parade for returning Gulf War troops. David Prowse, in full monster makeup, cruising the streets around Elstree Studios during the filming of Frankenstein and the Monster from Hell, 1974. Joseph Tubles, Dakota Sue, Hain, and Matson, photo 1900. Manufacturing of influenza vaccine at the Merck, Sharp, and Doma plant in West Point, United States, 1957. Heavenly Horse from Spirit Alley, China, 20th century. Bruce Willis Homecoming King, 1973. David Copperfield as a child. British tanks, trucks, and other armored vehicles that took part in the defeat of Germany at the end of World War II lie piled on top of each other at a scrapyard in Hamburg, still waiting to be broken up and recycled. May 1958. 1882. Sculpting of a Statue of Liberty model in Paris. Miss Universe Parade, 1954. Yasmin Bleeth, 90s. To appear headless while taking a photo, known as horsemaning, was a popular way to pose in the 1920s. Mixed couple with their baby in Saitama, Japan, 1947. Fresh and sensual legend Betty Grable. United States Marines take cover behind a M67 Zippo flamethrower tank in Hue, Vietnam, 1968. Mussolini in his residence in Villa Feltrinelli during a moment of rest. Gargnano, Brescia, April 1944. United States Marine Private Kenneth R. Hager with his pin-up decorated flamethrower pack. Off Iwo Jima, February 1945. A man accompanies Padang women wearing the traditional neck rings circa 1910s. The first Ryder Cup Team USA in 1927. London Underground during the bombings, 1940 to 1941. Althea Gibson, tennis great, waves to the crowd on July 11, 1957. The Archduke Franz Ferdinand in Cairo, 1896, pretending to be a mummy. Beaver and Larry getting pulled over, late 50s. Bardi Jawi men on Jairi Island, King Sound Gulf in the north of Western Australia, 1917. James Gandolfini poses with a bust of Saddam Hussein taken from Iraq by United States troops at Camp Doha, Kuwait, 2000. Cadets of the Red Army, 1923, USSR. Robert Wadlow was the tallest man in history. Here he is at 19 years old, chatting with a friend. Photo by Melvin Sokolsky, taken in Paris in the spring of 1965 for Harper's Bazaar. Elton John at a football match in the Soviet Union. Betty and Benny Fox perform a stunt at a very high altitude. An all-plastic car advertised as the cheapest, 1954. Women rally for the right to vote in London, 1920. Carol Burnett, 1930s. Soviet armored railcar armed with a BT-5 tank turret and Maxim machine guns, USSR, 1942. Ava Gardner, 1940s. United Kingdom. Young warriors taking part in the Sheffield pageant in July 1976. A young Chamorro boy clutches his crucifix as he rides to a civilian internment camp during the Battle of Saipan, July 1944. United States Marine Corps photograph. Soviet informals, 1980s. A collaborator shows the Germans the location of Soviet partisans. This photo is from a series of staged photographs also showing the arrest of partisans. World War II. Betty Page in 1954. Two Jewish Berber girl in Morocco, 1930s. Construction of the LEP 500 power transmission line is underway. A Mi-10K flying crane with a support section. Tyumen Oblast, 1976. A long line of Japanese officers wait to surrender their swords to the 25th Indian Division at Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. German prisoners escorted by members of the French Resistance, France, 1944. Three children wearing masks for Halloween. Pupils of Manchester Grammar School wearing owl costumes, the school emblem, 1920s. Leningrad. Children's Street after the flood of 1924. Ukrainian bride in traditional folk costume in the year 1875. Creepy clown with camel. The remains of the Japanese troop and cargo ship Kyushu Maru beached on the shores of Guadalcanal. Photo taken on the 3rd of March, 1945. German military parade, 1938. Bay City Rollers fans at Sheffield City Hall on September 14, 1976. London, 1966. While a young soldier stands frozen in formation, his grandmother gently warms his ears with her palms. 1994. Japan's movie makers filming on the last day of the documentary about the battleship Yamato. Studio men load shells into the guns of a model of the Yamato as they get it ready for the big scene on June 8, 1953. Children play at the site of a car accident. Student revolt in Paris, 1968. Dining at the Windows on the World, a restaurant located at the top of the World Trade Center, 1980s. Miniskirts in 1969 were not so much appreciated in Paris.